Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I decided that I wanted to complete a little screen share of the Limelife Planners website. I know that I recently did an unboxing on my channel of the two new planners that I received from them, along with some other accessories like my meal planning pad and then a steno notepad and then a traveler's notebook. But I get some DMs about like questions just about the planners themselves, and happy to always respond to those things. But I also thought it would be kind of nice to give you guys a walkthrough of the weekly layouts that the planner company actually offers. So as you guys have, maybe if those of you who haven't watched the video, but the 8x8 planner that I showed, it's only available in certain layouts. And then the A5 planner that I also showed, the inserts are also only available in certain layouts. Limelife has a total of 8 different layouts that you can use or that you can choose from, but based on the planner size, everything may not be available. So we're going to kind of go over that today. So Limelife's website is just www.limelifeplanners.com, and then you'll come to this landing page. Very clean, very easy to navigate the website. So I want to show you guys the layouts, and it's just right here. So we'll select that option. So before I begin, I do want to say that I'm going to go through the weekly layouts based off of the 8.5 by 11 size, because she does have an 8.5 by 11 size planner. Then she has the 7 by 9. She has an A5, a B6, and an 8 by 8. Okay, so those are the various sizes that you can choose from. Well, as you guys can see, the list for 8.5 by 11 planners layouts is longer than A5, for example, B6, and 8 by 8. Okay, so that's what I meant when I was saying that every layout is not available in every size, but we'll kind of go through that. So, like I said, we're going to go over all of the different layouts that the 8.5 by 11 comes in, which is all 8 of them, and then I will kind of talk to you guys a little bit about the other planners, kind of just show you, because things do vary a little bit based off of layout. But we'll go over that because there's a lot to offer. All right, so you actually can come onto the website and download a sample. I think that's a really great way to try out different planner sizes and also different layouts if the planner company offers as many as Limelife does. So we'll go ahead and select download sample. I'm going to close this and collapse this, and then I'm also going to zoom out a little bit. All right, so this is layout A in the 8.5 by 11 size, and here you'll see these boxes here at the top. There's a calendar option, and then you have a large to-do list. What I like about this layout in particular is that you have this line section here that's within that box, and then you have some extra lines down at the bottom. It'd be really easy for you to kind of break out different things, like if you wanted to make this the hourly section, and then maybe jot notes about your errands down here or your food that you've eaten, things, you can make things work for you. That's just what I would do in particular. And so that just continues through the rest of the week on that second page. All right, so that was layout A. And I just want to see, it's not too different. Layout A is pretty consistent. Obviously, with the size changes, it's going to vary a bit by planner. All right, sorry, I didn't mean to scroll all the way down. Now we're going to look at layout B. All right, so for layout B, collapse that. This is what layout B looks like in the 8.5 by 11 planner. So this is an hourly spread, okay? So you could, again, do a lot with this. Like, say if you don't do anything as early as 7, you could repurpose that as a track spending check mark or checklist if you wanted. You have some blank lines here that you could use for anything, goal setting, or you could put, if you're a decorative planner, you could put a full box here. Then you have a to-do list for this week. And then it continues on to the rest of the week. So that was layout B. All right. Layout C. Layout C. This is my favorite layout. This is the layout that I have in my 8x8 planner. And so I'm going to actually compare. No, this is not in my 8x8 planner. I'm sorry. This is in my A5 planner. So I would like to compare this 8.5 by 11 layout C to the A5 layout C because they are a little bit different, and I want to go over that with you. All right, so why do I love this layout so much? These boxes here. I can categorize my day by row, essentially. So like I have a down row, a home row, a budget row, a social row. And then you could obviously you're going to carry that through the rest of the week, right? Or if you had different categories for every week, you could change that up if you want it, right? So you have those blank lines here that kind of give you some freedom, and then you have a to-do list. And then they just continue on to the rest of the week. All right, so that's layout C in the 8.5 by 11. Let's just jump real quick to what it looks like. Actually, layout C in the 7 by 9 even looks different. So let's take a peek at this. And I don't have a 7 by 9 planner from Limelife. So let's take a peek at this. So same layout in terms of like this core portion of it, but you get a calendar on this one. Okay. So that's the difference there. That's layout C in a 7 by 9 size planner. And then for the A5, which is the one that I have I have A5 inserts. This is what my layout C looks like. You see? So I don't have anything, I have decoration on this side. I mean, I could easily repurpose it, but there's nothing over there. So there's not a checklist, there's not a calendar, just to kind of give you guys a heads up of what's going on over there. Okay, and that's A5 layout C. And then eight by 8, excuse me, the layout C in 8 by 8 is also, it's very similar to the 8.5 by 11, but it's different than the A5. So this is the layout C in 8 by 8. So because obviously A5 is a little bit of a narrow layout, you didn't have that much room to have all that extra writing space, and that's quite okay because I like the layout just fine. All right, now let's take a peek at layout D in the 8.5 by 11. I like this layout as well. I have this one in my 8 by 8 planner. Zoom out a little bit. So in here, what I like is that you have your business days on one page. So Monday through Friday here on this first page, you have a calendar here, an important section. Then on the next page, you have the weekend, another important section, area for habits and tasks, and then some lines. So that's layout D in 8.5 by 11. I want to take a peek real quick. So layout D in 7 by 9 is pretty much the same. Layout D in the A5 is also the same. In the B6, it's the same. Haha. But in the 8 by 8, which is the one I have, it is not the same. So the one thing that we lose in the 8 by 8 is that extra important section right there. Okay, so you remember we do still have it on the second page. You just don't have it on the first page. Okay. Now let's take a peek back. All right. So that was D. Sorry if you heard my phone vibrating. All right, so now let's take a peek at layout F. Layout F is for those horizontal planners, which I used to have a horizontal planner. I liked this setup. What I did, and this is just a suggestion, in my horizontal planner, I would break up my day by to-dos and then to-goes. So errands would go like in the smaller box, to-dos would go in the larger box. But if you felt like this was even too much space for a to-do section, you could also split this right down the middle too and have 3 different sections if you want it. You have to make it work for you. So you have some lines up here at the top that you could put goals for the week or reminders that maybe don't have a specific day. You could put maybe bills due or anything. And then that just continues on to the rest of the week. And I really love how the font that Leslie uses is very similar to the font that I use for um, my YouTube thumbnails. So that was layout F. Now layout H, I like layout H, but you know what it gives me? It gives me teacher vibes. And why? It's Monday through Friday on here. Now look, you could easily, I'm sorry for scrolling so fast, you could easily come on here and put Saturday and Sunday in this box and it would pretty much align. But I'm thinking that this is a teacher planner because it's Monday through Friday, right? And then you have some extra blocks down here for other things that you maybe want to plan. I do like the lines. I do like even the extra lines down here, but just an idea, like maybe this would be a perfect work planner, right? Because also it's Monday through Friday and typical corporate positions are Monday through Friday. Or, if you needed a Sunday through Thursday planner, that, maybe it would work. Sorry, you can hear my chair moving. We're going to go over some of the customizations that Leslie offers too for some of the layouts. So that was layout H. We're almost done. Layout I. Now this for real, really, really screams homeschool or like teacher to me. Just how it's laid out, because you see how many different tabs you have? Like that's a whole bunch of tabs. And again, it's just Monday through Friday. But there's no lines, but there are lines to separate the various boxes. And then you have a large to-do section and then a notes section. I want to see layout I. See, layout I is offered in the 7x9 and 8.5 by 11. All right, and finally, layout K. Layout K is, again, kind of for a horizontal planner, but you see how this one is built a little bit differently. Kind of reminds me of the layout C that I have in my 8x8, or is it layout D? Whichever one I have in my 8x8. But you see, this is a week on one page, all right? So you have lines, you have a little section here. If you want to put some notes or something in there, you could. So that's layout K. Layout K is pretty simple. I like that one. All right, you guys. I actually just came into the B6 weekly planner, and I wanted to note that you just have to email Leslie about other like customizations that you may want as it pertains to your planner or maybe even the layout. So that's just an option for you. But I did want to just show you guys all of the different weekly options, the weekly layout options. And then I wanted to also just briefly kind of scroll through the different cover designs. And so there are about 6 pages of cover designs. So here's the first page, real cute stuff. And we have the second page. The third page. There's some festive stuff on here. There's some Disney related stuff on here. And then there's just kind of some abstract stuff. Here's the fourth page. Here's the fifth page. And here's the sixth page. Well, all right, guys. I just wanted to show you guys the different options that you had. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to either hit the contact button here or you can DM me and I will answer it to the best of my abilities. And if you want to make a purchase, don't forget to use my referral link that I will link below. And it's also always linked in my bio on my Instagram. Thanks so much, guys.